8.5, 8.5. It's referring to Fellini's movies that he made. Yes, it's a Fellini movie. So, it's really confusing, but it does have a crazy narrator in it, telling you all about what's going on, and not really being in the action. Hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collector Reviewer Guy of the Source, number 140. One of the other big Criterion directors, Federico Fellini's 8.5. And oh boy, this should just be the review of me just going like this. Well, I don't know how to feel about this one. It's apparently one of the greatest films, like all of them. It's the greatest film ever made. Oh my god! The Criterion films are great. 1963, 138 minutes, Italian, 138 minutes, yeah. I think that kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? Beating yourself, Anyway, so, to describe this movie, it's gonna be short, because I ain't gonna barely try to describe this movie. Basically, it's about a film director named Guido who's like working on this science fiction film, but he's having a really hard time finishing it. He doesn't know what he's going to do with it. Like, he's running into problems, and people keep bugging him and all that. His marriage is falling apart. His wife thinks he's cheating on. His wife thinks that he's cheating on her, and he is. He's seeing this woman, and then he's got like just all these problems with finding actresses. And it gets really confusing really quick, because it's like he has all these like weird fantasies about his childhood, like this really big woman who like dances on the beach, who does the mambo or the samba on the beach. And he like gets caught and like reprimanded it for him at his school, and he has this thing about like this chant that keeps like these demons away when he was a kid or something like that, or to help his cousins find some treasure. I don't know. Yeah, and he eventually I'm sorry, I can't do this. Can't describe it. It's indescribably weird and bizarre and confusing. It's not too weird and it's not too bizarre, but it's all over very, very confusing. There's a scene where eventually he believes that he's he comes home for the winter like Santa Claus with like groceries or something, and all the women in his dreams are there, like, and they take care of him, they bathe him like a baby, and then then they turn like all violent on him and try to they insult him, and he turns into like a lion tamer with this whip. And I don't know what this movie is. In the end, it's a movie about making a movie, and having a director who has trouble making a movie. And I guess it's kind of semi-autobiographical, because I guess Fellini had been working on a number of films, or some films that he couldn't get done. He had a really hard time finishing certain films, and so he had trouble finishing it, and he had a lot of the visions he had while making the film crept into 8.5. So I'm assuming, that being said, the fact that it is a little semi-autobiographical is kind of cool. I think Guido's a really interesting character. He looks like a old a better aged Ira Glass. If you've seen him, he definitely looks like Ira Glass, but just better aged, I think. Not as poofy as hair, very cooler hair than Ira. And definitely a better voice. Doesn't just say WBZ in Chicago. It's American Life. You're Ira Glass. I should be Ira Glass for Halloween this year. Maybe I could pull it off. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So 8.5. I don't know. It's definitely if we're talking directors, Rashomon. Kurosawa, loved it. Wild Strawberries. Bergman took me by surprise. Kind of dug that one. But Fellini, I mean, this is, I think, the 5th movie we've seen. The 5th Fellini. We've got, let's see, well, let's recap. Amarcord, Knights of Cabiria, and The Ship Sails On, and Variety Lights, and then, yeah, 8.5. So, 5. So I would say this is probably the 3rd favorite. Probably my 3rd. If I were to rank them all, I think Knights of Cabiria would still be my favorite. And then Variety Lights, and then 8.5. And I'd say 8.5 because it's probably 3rd because Amarcord and The Ship Sails On both have those stupid narrators that I just can't stand. They're just really annoying, and I think part of them they're annoying because of the translations they provide. They're really annoying. I don't know, but yeah. So it's not it. I don't. Yeah, B. Yeah, I'll give it a B. It's really long. It's really confusing. It's not the worst. It's not the worst Fellini film. I mean, I haven't seen La Dolce Vita yet, and that may change my mind about everything, because apparently that's the film that everybody talks about. So maybe that'll be worse. And I haven't seen Juliet of the Spirits, which is coming up. Apparently that's a Fellini movie that's coming up pretty soon. Probably in like 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, maybe that one will be worse. Maybe that one will be better. I don't know. If it's got Giulietta Messina in it, then hey, you got points, and it's automatically better than 8.5. I think I probably have to rate all the Messina movies like before anything else, because I just love her as an actress. I loved her in Knights of Cabiria and basically Knights of Cabiria, I think, and Variety Lights. Yeah, she was great in that movie too. So yeah, B. Sorry guys, didn't like this one as much as as probably everybody else did, but it's not horrible. Maybe I just need to watch it again. Maybe I do. There were moments where my eyes just kind of went off the screen, and I turned back and something happened, and I'm like, what the. So anyway, disc, yeah. So it's a double disc. Disc 1 has an introduction by Terry Gilliam, director of Brazil and 12 Monkeys. Yes, because we would know, and couldn't mention Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, even though by this point it wasn't in the Criterion collection, but that's coming up too. Number 175 is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Anyway, so Gilliam talks about how much he likes the film, and as a director, how he connects to that one. The U.S. trailer, which sucks because it's all like New York Times just sensationalizing it. I swear, like, U.S. trailers for foreign films were like the Upworthy and BuzzFeed of today. Like, just the headlines and like really over sensationalizing it and trying to make things viral. It's just really, really gross, pathetic. Anyway, disc 2 has got the majority of the supplements. First thing is Fellini, A Director's Notebook. It's a 51-minute short film that Fellini did. It talks a little about 8.5, but mostly talks about the making of a film he was doing, Fellini Olympias or something, Fellini Olympiad or something. It's like a satirical look at like Rome or something like that. I don't think it's in the Criterion collection. I don't think I saw it, but it might be. Not sure. Yeah, basically mostly about that and interviews with people and all that. Then there's about a 48-minute documentary about what's his name? Nino Rota, who did the music for 8.5, as well as a lot of different other themes. I think he did the theme to the Godfather. He was one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was who did the theme to the Godfather. And it's basically just sound clips of him and people who music historians and all that talking about his music and how his music's very like structured, very, very extravagant, very circus-like. A lot of the music I heard, for his other films are very circus-like, And maybe it's appropriate because the end of 8.5 is big circus band and everybody running and walking in a circle and We Are the World and all that crap. Then there's 3 interviews with actress Sanda Milo, who plays the I think Guido's mistress or his girlfriend on the side, his chick on the side. Director Lena Wertmuller, whose career began on the set of 8.5. And cinematographer Vito Storaro, who discusses the revolutionary of Vienna, but then was awesome. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so some long ass interviews with them talking about stuff about the movie and all that, and some photographs of Fellini on the set. And I always forget how he's kind of a big dude. And I always forgot how big he was. I never paid attention to how his size. I mean, not that plays in anything, but just it's like when you watch a movie, when you're watching these Criterion movies, the Criterion puts so much emphasis on the director that eventually I kind of want to know what the director looks like. I'm just curious what he looks like. So to see Fellini, Kurosawa, I've seen him so many times, and Bergman I've seen so many times, but Fellini I didn't see so much. I haven't seen a lot of him in supplements and all that. At least I don't feel like it. Or I couldn't point him out. If you showed a bunch of photos of people, I couldn't say that's for Federico Fellini, like I could with Kurosawa and Bergman. So yeah, so it's good they have those photos in there. And yeah, that's it. So 140, 8.5. Watch it at least once, I'd say. All right, and then that's our supplements. And I broke the case, so I can fix it though. All right, so that's it for me. This Thursday, we're going to knock out the rock supplements. Looking at them, let's see. A video interview with Jerry Bruckheimer. Analysis of the dive sequence, movie magic episode, do's and don'ts of gunplay. So this looks like it's going to take some time. This looks like it may take a couple hours, an hour or two. We'll rock through them. And yeah, so that'll hopefully, that'll do that once Thursday night. And then Sunday, number 141, Children of Paradise. And number 142 on Monday. Last Wave, and then I'm thinking about that Obscure Object of Desire, because next week I've just realized that something's going to come up and I need to take a week off. So you may not see me next Sunday, the Sunday after Children of Paradise. So we may hold off on Loves of a Blonde, The Fireman's Ball, and The Cranes Are Flying. I think those are the next 3. Those 3 I might not be able to get to until... Well, I might be able to get to the 2 Milos Forman movies next week. Or 2 weeks from now. But the Cranes Are Flying, if I'm assuming, I think that's the next one. That one I may have to hold off until a week later, or maybe later. Maybe I'll do that on a Thursday if the supplements aren't too bad. I really need to check. I really should have checked and saw, what the supplement situation is, the length of the movie. Maybe I can knock them out if they're really short, or if it's just the movie, If it's just a 2-hour movie, and I can do that really easily. But I'll update it. I'll check it as soon as I'm done with this review, and I will update you guys on my schedule for The Rock. But definitely, Children of Paradise and the Last Wave are coming up next week, next Sunday, next Monday. So watch for those, and yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Morals. Don't get director's block. Finish your damn movie. Don't fantasize about fat chicks dancing on the beach when you were a kid. Don't. What else? And don't give your wife reason to believe that you're cheating on her, even if you are. And don't cheat on your wife. How about that? All right, that's bad. That's the most important one. Don't cheat on your wife, because it'll screw up your movie. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on Thursday for The Rock. Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage rear their ugly head again in supplement form. Goodbye.